Did you know you can fly to some really cool Latin American areas such as Bogota, Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, pretty much every major city in Colombia, San Jose, Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, and more for somewhere starting around $140 round trip out of Panama? Yeah, you can. And Brian and I have done it twice, and we're going to tell you how you can do it. If this is the kind of information you want, make sure you click subscribe, make sure you hit notify, and don't forget to join the iGo Panama Facebook group, over 22,000 members strong, with questions and answers about anything and everything Panama. All right, let's head over to my computer, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you can get cheap flights in Latin America from Panama. Today we're going to be talking about Wingo Airlines. They fly out of Panama Pacifico Airport. If you're not sure where that is, it's if you're going into Panama City from the interior of the country, it's before you cross the canal. It's where the old Howard Air Force Base used to be. And now there's an airport there, and Wingo is the only airline that services it and flies to lots of different places. So you can get really cheap flights, nonstop. However, there's a little bit of a catch, and you have to be really, really careful when you're booking. And I'm going to take you to my computer and show you exactly how to book, exactly how to check in for your flight to make sure you don't get charged extra fees, like happened to Brian and I the first time we flew and went to Costa Rica. We just got back from Colombia, and we're going to show you the whole process.
All right, let me talk you through booking a flight on Wingo so you do not make the mistake that I made and cost yourself unnecessary money. We'll get to that here in a little bit. All right, so when you go to wingo.com, it's going to be in Spanish, so you can come right over here and turn that into English magically. And then it's just basically like any other airline site you've been on. You got to click where you're going from Panama Pacifico, and then where you're going to Bogota. I have 2 passengers going on this. I want this to be in US currency. And then you get to choose your departure date. And I'm going to show you the interesting thing about that here in a moment. So I'm going to do the 11th through the 18th of July. All right, so when you put in your dates, it's going to calculate for you the different flight prices. So it's going to give you some options on either side of the day that you choose. So if you're flexible, you can save a lot of money. So you can see if I was flying out on Sunday, it's going to be like $100 more than if I'm flying out on Tuesday. You can see that Monday is almost double the price on Tuesday. And you can see it gets a little cheaper on Wednesday, actually. So you can go through and figure out which of these prices is going to be best for you. You can even scroll even further ahead or further behind, depending upon how flexible you are. So I know that I'm flying out on Tuesday the 11th. So then what it's going to do is it's going to give you your departure information, the time, how long it takes, an hour and a half. Please, how easy is that? And it takes me longer to get to PriceSmart. And then it shows you when you will arrive. All right, now you scroll down and you've got these 3 boxes. That cheapy price is the Go Basic price. And when they say basic, they mean basic. That is, you are traveling with you, your butt in a seat, and a small carry-on. We're not like personal item. I'm not even going to call it a carry-on. This is not like you can take a normal carry-on size bag like you would on the airlines, the big airlines that give you a personal item and a carry-on. This is like a personal item size. So you can look at this, like 40 centimeters is like 15 inches. Okay, that's the biggest size on this. So you got to pay attention to that. As you go up in different kind of amenities, you go up in price, as you can see. So if you want to check a bag, there's a price for that. You're going to be able to check in at the airport. You're going to get a standard seat. And then if you want to go up a little bit higher, you can also take a carry-on bag. So that would be your normal carry-on you're used to. So you get a personal and a carry-on and a checked bag. Okay. And then express check-in and priority boarding and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Brian and I are simple people. And we actually went on our honeymoon to Disney World in Florida from Los Angeles with just a personal item each on Spirit. So we can do a week to Colombia, no problem. Okay, so then it's going to, once you choose your package, it's going to take you down to the next section, which is your return flight, and it's going to give you the prices for those. So you can see like 60 bucks. Okay, so I'm returning on that Tuesday. And again, it's the same exact amenities. If you want more things, it's going to cost you more. And again, we're just going to go cheap here. When you get down to the bottom, it's telling you about your flexibility in making changes to your ticket. So with the cheapy ticket I have, you're actually allowed to make one change. You can change your date, you can change your flight, and or the route that you're taking. But you have to make that change at least 15 days prior to when your flight leaves. If you go the more expensive way or you choose this option, see how you can choose that and see how my price changes? Okay. If you choose this option, you get unlimited changes and you can change up to 24 hours in advance. So again, just based on, your situation, you choose it. And your total stays up here. So right now for 2 round trip tickets to Bogota, $256.82. That's for both tickets. All right. So then you hit continue. And this is where you can get messed up. And this is where I got messed up on one of my Costa Rica flights. It says with your Go Basic fare, you can only bring one personal item. Thinking of you. Aren't they so kind? They're thinking of you. They're going to just pre-select that first checked bag for you so you can save 50% on the service. If you want to, you can delete it. And at the airport, you'll pay more for it. Now, either this didn't pop up for me when I was going to Costa Rica, or I just ignored it like I do most of these pop-ups and hit continue. And look what just happened to my price. Okay, it went up by about $200. And that is because down here, they have, where is it? Let's see, not there. Here, see where it says added? They have automatically added in this checked baggage. We don't want to check a bag, but if we weren't paying attention, we would be paying this. Okay, we're not checking a bag, so I'm going to take those back off, and look, I go back down to my 256. From here, you can choose a lot of different options. Okay, if you want to take like one carry-on between the two of you, you can add that. All right, it's going to be $45. If you buy it online, it's going to be a lot cheaper than if you buy it at the airport. All right, so that's really important to understand. But the really cool thing is that you can change these options all the way up until the day you fly. You just log in and you can manage your trip and you can add or remove whatever you need to. You don't want to pack your bags and then get to the airport and have a checked bag because they're going to charge you like double. Okay, so make sure you pay for everything online. And again, you don't have to do it all right now. You can do it later if you need to. Okay, so now that I see that my price, you got to watch this price. I see that my price is where I want it to be. Look, I can add in all this extra stuff, express check-in, priority boarding if I'm traveling with a pet, an airport check-in, all this kind of mess, transfers, everything. Okay, so if you're buying it now, you can save up to half. You buy it at the airport, it's going to cost you. Same thing with food. Look, I think I'm going to live an hour and a half without a water or any of that mess. So to continue, I have to enter my passenger data. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to enter all this in and then show you kind of how the final thing happens. Okay, I've entered in all of my personal information, and I want to just kind of give you a heads up. If your nationality is United States, don't scroll in the list for United. It's going to be under E, Estados Unidos. Okay, so I know a lot of people freak out when they're looking for United States and it ends up under E, but that's where it is on here. Okay, so now it's telling me what my ticket includes. I get a small backpack. like a backpack or a purse that has to go under the seat in the plane. I can upgrade if I want. I do not want to. These are my fares right here. I can upgrade if I want to. I can upgrade baggage. They're giving me all these options again, all these services, everything. I'm going to hit continue. Now, if you want to select a seat, then you're going to have to pay for it because that's just how it is. Notice how this is what I'm talking about. Watch your price. Do you see how mine just jumped up? All right. So what I want to do is I need to don't buy seat. Don't buy seat. I'm still at 286. Something's in here somewhere. Maybe it's for the return flight. Let me click and see. I do not want to select a seat. I don't have to sit next to Brian for an hour and a half. We'll both live. Don't buy seat. See, there it goes. Now I'm back down to my 256. Do you see how you have to watch this area up here because it can start adding up really fast and then you're better off flying Copa. Okay, so I don't want any of this stuff. Continue. I do not want to select a seat. Check my price. Yes, I'm still at 256. COVID insurance, blah, blah, blah. Finally, I get to where I'm going to pay. All right, so I'm going to pay and then we'll come back. All right, I've done all of my payment. I hit continue. It says you have to, oh, I didn't, I guess, select the option to not accept insurance. So if I hit accept, I have to read that I accept all of their terms and all of that. Double check your price. I'm still at 256. Pay. Buy insurance. Where is, this right here. I already have insurance. There you go. Okay. All right, so there, and then still at 256, pay. Okay, here's the summary. Double check it, 256, and pay. All right, and there you go. You got your codes, you're ready to go. And once we're ready to head to the airport, we'll come back and talk you through that whole process. And we're back. Some time has passed. Between 3 hours before your flight and 72 hours before your flight, you need to check in online to get your boarding pass. If you do not, and you wait until less than 3 hours before your flight, or you do it at the airport, they are going to charge you a lot of money. So I don't like to spend a lot of money, so I am going to check in now. I'm about 24 hours ahead of my flight. So you go to the Wingo site and you check in. You can do this one of two ways. If you want to print your paper ticket, just do it on your computer like I'm doing right now. You print a paper ticket. I always feel a little more comfortable with some paper in my hand in case something happens to my phone. But there's also a Wingo app that you can download from Google Play. Download that. You can check in through the app and then have your boarding pass on your phone. So whichever you prefer. I'm going to show you the computer way because I'm old school. Okay, so just check in. You'll have your reservation code and your name. And all right, so fill out the Colombian migration form. Oh my God, 24 hours before your flight. They didn't tell me that before. Okay, so I need to go do that. All right, so I'm going to open that in a new tab so I can do it after this. Make sure you meet the travel requirements, which I do. You can only fly with one personal item because remember, we did the cheapy way. So if I want anything else, I better add it now because if I add it at the airport, they're going to charge me even more. All right, so we're good here. Says we're on time. Let's see, check-in status is open. I can check everybody in. And for my return flight is not available yet, so that's fine. And let me continue. And I'm going to go basic. So look, I want to watch up here and see that this is staying at $0. Okay, so I do not want to carry on, no checked bags. I don't want express check-in. I don't have any of this crap I'm carrying with me. I'm not dealing with a seat. So I get a small backpack. You better measure it and make sure it fits these dimensions, or you might have to pay at the gate. And he's not doing it. All right, continue. We're still at $0. I do not want to choose a seat. So let's see. I think we can just hit continue. All right, and then yeah, then it's all the information for the flight. We have to enter in our passport numbers and everything. Do that, and then after you do that, then you're ready to go. You download your boarding pass and you're good to go.
Okay, it is travel day, and here we are at the Panama Pacifico airport. And as you can see, this is a tiny airport. This isn't Tacomain. So there's just a couple flights, I think, that even fly out of here. Maybe Wingo could even be the only one. So I'm going to take you through and kind of show you how the process works once you get inside. So literally, this is it. Really, what you don't want to do is go up to that desk for anything. That is when they charge you. Last time we flew, they did not have this little check-in area, but this lady just took our passports and is kind of checking us in. Last time we didn't do that. But yeah, don't go up there unless you want to pay money. But if something happened and you need to check bags or something, you will have already paid for that, hopefully, and you will do that right there. And it, you know, come on guys, this isn't rocket science. It basically works like any other airport. Security, I won't film as we go through, but security is going to be over here to your left. So these are the personal bags that we're taking. This one fit the measurements no problem. This one was 45 centimeters long. It's supposed to be 40, but she put the little personal tag on it. Didn't even weigh it or measure it. But I will tell you that there are lots of stories online of Wingo being super picky in measuring and doing all of those things. And if you're over, you have to pay. So do so at your own peril. We figured with 5 centimeters, if we had to, we could throw on a coat and smush that bag down a little bit if we had to, but yeah. Okay, once you get out of security, then you come into the main lobby area, and there's like kind of two sides for that. And look, we're just in time to see a plane coming through. Let me get over to the window. All right, here comes our Wingo flight. Now, last time we flew to Costa Rica, we were actually on a Copa plane. So I do believe that Wingo is owned by Copa. So you never know if you're going to get Wingo or Copa, I guess. I don't know. Research it. I'm not a news source. But I don't know any other reason why we would have a Copa plane last time we flew. Well, in true Mary fashion, all of the footage that I filmed boarding the plane, in the plane, got lost. But look, you guys have boarded planes and sat on planes. You know how that works. You don't need to see it. Wingo is a good airline. If you've flown some of the budget airlines in the States, like Spirit, I would say it's a step up from that. It's not as uncomfortable as Spirit. But you still have to pay for like your food and your drinks and anything like that that you want. You can pay in advance. Plus, you're only on the plane for like less than 2 hours, pretty much anywhere you're going. So anybody can suck it up for 2 hours. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it encourages you. I mean, we all love Panama, but come on, every once in a while we need a vacation from paradise. Am I right? So get on Wingo, head out, explore some more of Latin America, and we'll see you next week.